Hits for the pound.
Yeah, this is how we do it in the Central Coast, man. We got 40 ounces, Old English, rag tops, 6'4" Impalas, and bikini girls, man. This is how we do it on the West Coast. San Diego, San Francisco, Los Angeles. But don't forget about the Central Cali, man. Please don't forget about the Central Cali. Yeah, get 'em.
It's another sunny day in the state of California. Low rider palm trees and G's that put it on ya. This ain't a negative, we speaking ebonics. Rank talk, candy paint on D's with hydraulics. Baseball hat with the sticker on the brim. Don't let the sun blind your sight, cause things can get grim. But I'm not here to talk about banana clips and guns. We're going back to Cali and we're gonna have some fun. A West Coast domination.
And welcome back to Two Face Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Fred Segura, out here in Monterey County, also known to the world as the Salad Bowl, also known as the Salinas Valley. To the people in LA, we are north. To the people in San Francisco, we are south. Right smack in the middle, best of both worlds. Don't forget about the Central Cali. Anyway, folks, today we are going to talk about he's not my president, right? Hey, you know what? I understand people are upset. There are happy people. There are people who are upset. There are people who are highly upset, and there are people who are just plain sad and taking it, right? However, the case may be, this is the way things work. This is the real world. In the real world, guys, there is no participation trophy. There is either a winner or a loser. That's the bottom line, and that's for lack of a better word, right? So the thing about it is that I've heard people say all the time, well, I've heard them say before, oh, well, you know what? But he's not my president. He's not my president. Let me tell you something. That's like your child living in your house talking about, I don't have to listen to nothing. And what's the first thing we do? Those of us 40 and over know the old routine is, as long as you're under my roof, this is the way it goes, right? So I don't understand where a lot of people have lost that sense and act like a bunch of spoiled brats now because they didn't get what they wanted. And this is a non-political podcast, guys. I'm not talking about, oh, I'm happy for this or this is what I wanted. No, this is simply on behavior and the things people say. Let me make one thing clear, guys. We're used to going on to social media, and I think that social media, again, I've stated this time and time again, I think social media has dumbed us down so bad because it's given us a platform for us to go complain. It's given us a platform to brag, to fake our life, just to everything. It's just, and it's pathetic. Because we go in there and I see people, especially when their team doesn't win. Oh, talking all this stuff, right? Making excuses, talking a bunch of trash, going and talking about somebody else. If somebody else says something about their team or whatever, they come in there and I've had people who I've really been real friends with and respectful in everything, and because I made a joke about their team or something when they lose in a certain situation, I had them come in and drop F-bombs. I understand you're passionate, but there has to be a line drawn there, guys. As adults, I had this one friend of mine tell me one time. He said, "This is back when MySpace was still around." He goes, "Hey, Fred, have you joined Facebook yet?" I said, "No, not yet." He said, "You should go check it out, man. It's a little bit more mature. It's for the mature people." I beg to differ now. It's like dealing with a bunch of kids. You don't. It's just sad to see. People are upset. I understand that part. Some people are happy. I understand that part. Right? But you know you're gonna be upset and saying all this stuff. Let me ask you this much. Let me just state this much. I never saw anybody in the last 8 years leave this country, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because we live in the United States of America, the best place in the world. Some of you may not feel that way currently. You know, some of you may currently not feel that way. I understand. But it's the best place in the world. And for people to say, well, I'm going to leave and he's not my president. Let me put it to you this way. If you are in, you know, like back in the day, if you were in your parents' home, that's your parent. Not just biologically because they had you. You know, my house, my rules. So therefore, no matter what you state, he's your president. That's just a fact. That's just the bottom line. There is no more to it. I wish I had something else to say. Here's the beauty of it though. As an American citizen, you have that right to state your opinion. Right? You have that right. And that's a beautiful thing. Right? We don't have to agree to it. And not everybody should agree. You should have to agree to it if they feel they don't have to. But you have the right. Unlike anywhere else in the world. So if you're really that passionate about the outcome, I would highly respect somebody if I actually saw them move out of this country. But the same way you have a right to state your opinion, always keep in mind, other people as well have that right. And there's nothing to be upset about. Because they obtained that right just like you do, being an American citizen. That's just the way it goes. But we've lost somewhere down the line of how to take a loss. There's people who just, it just becomes this revolving door of negativity. And we run to social media right away, jump on Facebook, jump on and all these platforms and talk trash and down talk somebody and do all this other stuff. Let me bring you to a reality, guys. The reality is you're not going to change the outcome. I've seen people go and complain about this and that. I've seen people lose in sports because their team lost, and a week later they're still whining about it, still trying to make excuses, still trying to down talk it. You lost. Move on. Get your ball and go. Go. Move ahead. You lost. This is the situation. No, people, it doesn't matter what you tell me. Don't get at the messenger here. I'm just simply the messenger telling you what it is. This is a reality, guys. You're not going to change the outcome. This is what it is. This is the way the cookie crumbles. This is not a participation trophy. This is if you feel like, however you feel, and if you lost, that's what it is. Better luck next time. This is a reality. Again, this is a reality. And we have lost focus on taking a loss as grown adults in this country, in this world, I dare say. That's the difference. People no longer know how to take a loss with grace, be it in sports, be it in whatever situation, in a presidential election. It doesn't matter what it is. If it didn't go your way, that's just the way it goes. It doesn't always go our way, does it? Because if it did, guess what? I'd be I'd have everything in the world. I would not be where Diddy's at. But hey, I'll tell you this, to minus the freak offs, I would have had the rest of the stuff. Just saying. Right? But that's a reality. That's a reality, guys. That's just the way it goes. So for anybody that's going to be going on social media, talking a whole bunch of trash, talking about how they feel about whatever, okay, you know what? Let me put it to you this way. Again, you have that right. I get it. You have the right. I don't have to like it. Well, I don't have to like your opinion. You have that right. But the only harm you're doing is to yourself. Because you're not going to change anything. You're really not going to change anything. Live your life. Why are you going to beat yourself up over something? Acceptance is key. Acceptance is key. This is what it is, and this is how I'm going to deal with it. In life in general, this is how we do. Okay. Life threw a curveball at me. Okay, I may stumble and bounce around for a little bit, but guess what? Hey, I may feel like a little ball in a pinball machine, but guess what? I'm gonna get back on track because this is just what happens. It didn't go my way, right? There's not nobody that's gonna give you a candy and say, hey, no, everything's cool, go for it. Everything's fine. This is the real world, guys. Now, again, I understand there's people who are upset. There's people who are happy. And that's just what it is. You know, I've had situations where it's like that for me. We're celebrating one thing and somebody else is mourning. And vice versa. And that's just the way of the world. That's just the way it goes. That's a reality. Right? You know, growing up, those of us over the age of 40 and up, when we grew up, there was no participation trophy. You know, there was a winner. There was first, second, and third place. Everybody else, you lost. Yeah. I dare say, and even though I don't agree with it, you know, if you're second, you lost. You know, hey, you know, if you're second, you can't close. Better luck next time. That's the encouragement we should give, but it seems like now we've lost that, you know. I think we need to step back a little bit and look in the mirror for a little bit and see how idiotic we look sometimes. Yelling and screaming. It's like I've always said, too, when people said, oh, you know, protesting, you know, the president or whatever, you know, and standing in the corner waving a flag and yelling obscenities at passerbys and stuff like that. You're not doing anything. Get educated. Go to the meetings. Go make a difference. Yelling in the corner is not going to help. Going on social media, saying a bunch of trash to people, trying to offend everybody, and trying to get everybody down to your level because misery loves company is not going to help you out in the end, because at the end of the day, when you go to bed at night, guess what? The outcome's still going to remain the same. That's just a fact. You know, that's just what it is. So as long as you're in the United States of America, no matter who would have won, that is your president. If not, you can find yourself going wherever else in the world you want to go to and stay there for the next 4 years. But until then, you don't have to like it, but you have to respect it. There's a song by the Rolling Stones entitled, "You Can't Always Get What You Want, but if you try sometimes, you get what you need." That is so true. Grow up, folks. He is your president. Love it or hate it. And if you feel that strong about it, you know where the borders are at, right? So that's it. That's all I got to tell you guys. You can't always get what you want. With that, this is Two-Face Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Fred Segura, signing out.
Haters shake the fist, suckers pitching me rolling. Why you so mad? Why you so serious? You're in my rear view like the slow and delirious. Keep on mashing, getting plenty action. The home of the G's and pimps, I love it with a passion. Throw it up, it's California, where the sun lays to rest like every day. The home of the color rack, swap meets and bangers. Chuck Taylor's Lolos and them real dope slangers. This is reality, it's where I stay. Along the Pacific in the state of CA. Golden State, from Frisco to Compton and back to Central Cali where the party keeps rocking. It's a California state of mind, and you can't be mad, that's just how we ride. Golden State.
But it's really for me. I'm not saying that I'm greedy, but hip-hop is needy, so what the hell do you expect from me? It's the passion, I finally understand it. I'm hiding in the trees like a male praying mantis, searching for my prey. God, please come and bless me, help relieve my stress so I don't worry about death. Never said I was leaving, but dreaming on like Steven. Fallen angel, I'm Zeppelin, not ready for heaven. So please tell me, is there another way? So I can look up in the sky and say thank you for these better days.
1, 2, Vegas coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your doors. 5, 6, hip hop with a twist. 7, 8, please don't hate. 1, 2, Vegas